We brought you a special report last spring describing how volunteers had transformed an abandoned lot in College Hill, donated by LCMS Housing Support Corporation, into a thriving mini lavender farm. We noted this story was to be continued when the first spring harvest takes place.
Usually what I do is just set it down and then I come over to this one. And you're not going to be able to get all of it, but you bring it up and then I would add to this bundle. Okay.
That's Chad Smith of Long Row Lavender giving the volunteers a lesson in lavender harvesting. It's been a year since our last report, and the College Hill lavender plot has grown. Oh, how it has grown! No one dreamed that these tiny plants inserted in the rock and broken glass-filled soil could produce such a bumper crop in just 1 year. If the plant survives our sometimes bitter winters, it's a hardy crop requiring little moisture to produce the tall shoots of fragrant flowering lavender. The bundles collected at harvest are hung and dried to be transformed into many desirable products. We talked with Tracy Smith at Long Row Lavender about the College Hill Foundation farming project and her involvement in Long Row Lavender.
So at Long Row Lavender, we're a lavender farm located out in Wright City, and my husband and I own the farm. We have been growing lavender since 2009, going to farmers markets, just wanting our children to work outside and be a part of growing something. And we went to farmers markets and thought, you know, it's time for folks to come see the fields. So we built a post and bean barn, and now we have folks out here to come and enjoy and relax. And now we've built a cafe to help folks linger and stay a little longer.
You might wonder just how this project began. Who would have thought that the neighborhood of College Hill would plant a lavender farm? Well, one person for sure, and that's College Hill Foundation member Gail Olson. She said she got the idea from watching Tracy Smith talk about Long Row Lavender on a local television show.
Well, I was contacted by Gail through email, and she wanted to see if they could maybe come out to the farm and just talk to me about how to grow lavender. And I thought, well, of course you can. I'll tell you everything we've done wrong and everything that we've found that works.
The 2019 spring harvest was outstanding, so good that Long Row Lavender purchased the entire harvest bounty right on the spot. We asked Tracy why such interest in lavender.
I think because it's an herb that God gives us, and you can use the whole plant. And so, yes, we're putting a tiny plant in the ground that if it'll grow and survive a year, it'll give you 1,000 blooms to a plant. So when you go to harvest that, that's so exciting. All that hard work that you put in, and then you can get 1,000 blooms from one plant. It's beautiful. And then you can use it. So then you just add value. You can distill it for essential oil. You can just actually use the plant for decorations or sachets or eye masks. There's so much more that can be done. And then, of course, there's essential oil in the whole plant. So you can even use stems that would generally just be thrown out once the flowers are gone. You could use those for fire starters. So God gave a plant that could be used from start to finish, from tip to tail. And I love that about the plant. And then, of course, it's beautiful. So there's all kinds of benefits.
Well, you might think that's the end of our story. Really, it could just be the beginning. In June, Women on Mission members voted to award a grant to Employment Connection for the purpose of selecting and training College Hill residents in the business of lavender farming.
Our second recipient is Employment Connection. They will be working and helping us to expand the profits from the lavender garden that is here in College Hill.
Thank you so much to the Women on Mission organization for supporting Employment Connection. We look forward to recruiting, training, and hiring individuals from the College Hill neighborhood to work in the garden, to maintain it, to expand it, and to teach them how to be entrepreneurs and successful business people right here in the community.
So I'm looking forward to working with the group over here in College Hill and really learning more about lavender and what we can do with that. I'm looking forward to making some lavender lemonade tea.
Well, stay tuned for part 3. This story is to be continued.